Hello. We are back with some more process elimination. Okay, so more process elimination. We are continuing chapter 4 tonight. What the fuck happened last time? We went through. We did a bunch of stuff in the maze. We renegade. It helped us get through. Yo. I can't just, I'm not going to just change what I'm doing. We just started. I can't do, I guess we're doing something else. Yeah, I saw that. That's cool. Yeah, I got to figure out what I want to do with those points. Got to figure out like a brand for that or something. That'll be fun. I can do some fun shit with that, but got nothing right now. But yeah, no, I'm going to keep playing this game. I overrule your objection. But yeah, chapter 4, we did the maze shit last time. Renegade helped us figure out some stuff. Workaholic told us a bunch of shit about what's going on, and why we're down here and what it all means, kind of, I guess. I don't know. Let's get into it. I don't know what's happening next. Oh yeah, that's right. We have a cipher we have to figure out.
Yeah.
Some arrows. It's a lot more legible than the last one. The following day, we get up and eat a simple breakfast before gathering before the cipher. It seems all three of these arrows can rotate. Maybe we need to angle them a certain way.
Look, there's some writing up above them too. It says the answer is at hand. Maybe we should use the arrows to make the solution somehow.
At hand, hmm? Maybe they mean some kind of finger food. Pretty sure that's just your stomach talking. How would you indicate that using arrows anyway? Could the thing at hand be life? The Japanese character for life does resemble an arrow after all. That's ominous. I guess you have a point, but I don't think we can write that character using these shapes alone.
Up, down, right, left. Is it trying to use those words to tell us something? I'm horrible at this kind of stuff.
Do we have to input the Konami code?
Up, down, left, right, circle, square, circle, square.
Something like that. Yeah, select start. Is that what it is? Yeah. At hand may indicate that it's in this room, but looking around, I don't notice anything in particular. Am I just missing something?
In this room? What a splendid interpretation! Might you fancy a sweep of the premises together, Techie?
There's no need for that. Otherwise, at hand wouldn't make sense. So what is it? Then, we've got to consider another perspective. Think.
You gotta say all those things.
No. I'm not saying any of those.
You only need to say 18 of them, come on. Well, I never. A woman of my standing spurned?
I ain't getting paid for this. Just leave him be for now. I'm sure he'll come up with something.
At any rate, the tails of these arrows are awfully short. Such an unbalanced design. How characteristic of common folk aesthetics.
Even common folk can handle drawing arrows, said the girl brusquely. Yeah, but these arrows are a bit strange. I wonder if their shape means something. Strange arrows? That's it! Eureka! Techie? Techie quickly produces his laptop, its keys clattering as he types. We watch him for a while until he proudly beams at us, wiping sweat from his brow. I figured out what's at hand. Is it food? No. Is it life? No. No, keep quiet, you two. Yeah, Gourmet and Renegade are way off, but it does refer to something specific, that's for sure. So it's something close by? Don't you get it, Incompetent? It's something we can see right now. Something these 3 arrows could represent. Really? We can see it from here? Is it like the 3 squares of the pillar?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's the 3 dead bodies over there. I scanned the entire room thoroughly. There must be something plainly visible. Just try to see the big picture. You're not getting it because you're still thinking of them as arrows. Those arrows are just 3 different parts. When you put them together, well... I look at the puzzle, trying to make sense of it in my head. Eventually, I begin to see something. It's... What does it make, a star?
Either a star pyramid, I think.
No, that isn't it. I don't think they could make that shape. I don't have them in front of me. Clear your head and think it over. Okay, I'm assuming it's...
I think it's a pyramid.
Okay.
Because there are arrows, you know, each corner.
Yeah, I can see that. I feel like it's a cube just because I'm thinking of the cubes directly in front of me, but...
Oh, maybe, yeah, and you only see 3 edges. Yep, it is. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, you know, because we can only see the 3... Yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that for the reason. Oh, the 3 arrows form a cube. It's the shape of this room.
Can you truly form a cube simply by joining these arrows?
Ding, ding, ding. Here, try arranging the arrows the way they're displayed on my screen. Oh, interesting. And voila, see? Put them together and you get a cube. That's why their tails are shorter than usual, so they can create this shape.
I beg your pardon? To think this was a solution.
If you view them as arrows, it's hard to make sense of it. Good thing we had someone like Techie here to move them around on a computer screen. I'm positive the door will open if we push the panels while they're set up this way. Incompetent, would you mind doing the honors? Sure, I'll give it a try. I begin moving toward the cipher panels. But Renegade Detective blocks my path. Just a sec. Wasn't Tech the one who solved this puzzle? Why should you have to test it then? Seems a tad unreasonable, don't you think? What? I don't really mind either way. Quit picking fights, Renegade. Techie isn't physically able to turn or press the panels. Guess wrong, and you may be met with some kind of trap or penalty. Are you still willing to be his guinea pig knowing that? He's using his body as an excuse, freely passing off all the risk to somebody else, am I wrong? No, I'm not. Stop it. Techie doesn't think that way, okay? I brush past Renegade Detective and approach the panels, pushing them without hesitation. I then die. With a satisfying sound, new passageways open up in the walls. And then I die. See? See? He was right. Now get off his case. I'm not vilifying him. I was just a concerned party. Concerned about how Tech unconsciously shifts danger onto others, that is. And how you and the rest of the detectives naively accept it. I'll gladly take on that risk. He's my friend. Shouldn't all of this go without saying? Let's move, Techie. Don't pay attention to him. It's all thanks to you that we solved that riddle, you know. Yeah. Ignoring Renegade Detective's words, I push Techie's wheelchair toward the open passage. And then I throw it all the way in. I just push it down there just in case.
Yeah, human meat shield.
Yep. Techie's expression remains troubled. No surprise considering all the awful things Renegade Detective said to him. I remember him picking on Teki in the dungeon, too. I'll have to keep an eye on him to make sure nothing else happens.
Come, come! We shall investigate this maze in no time. Your trusted chief shall lead the way.
No. Bosch confidently marches into the passage alone, but the instant she disappears from our sight...
Gosh, no, don't go any further. This feels like deja vu.
Yeah, every time. Posh, are you alright? I hurry ahead and catch up to Posh. Her eyes are wide and blood is dripping from her hand. Following her line of sight, I see droplets of red suspended in the air. No, wait, it's...
There's some wire strung across here.
This is the same wire we saw that was used in the manor, right? Did Workaholic set this?
Be careful. Wire saws have been installed all the way through this passage. We'll get badly hurt if we continue recklessly.
'Tis as though that underpass in the manor basement hath been mimicked to plague us anew. Maybe Workaholic was the one behind that, too. No, that can't be. I won't believe it. Does he truly intend to kill us? Said the girl, unable to suppress her rage she felt toward the actions of her former ally. He probably knows something like this won't kill us, but what's his end goal, I wonder? Let's stay alert and keep going for now. Wires might not be the only trap we have to worry about. Tally-ho! At long last, my moment has arrived. I shall cleave through any obstacle that dares block our path.
Wait, I know you're excited, Armor, but try to stay calm here. I'll join you up front.
Armor rushes forward unceremoniously, slicing through one wire after another. I'm reminded of my first moments in Gormenghast. Workaholic had been there, and I vaguely recall Doleful and Armor clearing the trap together. Like Gourmet said, I don't believe he's trying to hurt us either, so why set this trap? I recognize the scent on these wires. Just then, Gourmet speaks from right behind me, her eyes round as dinner plates. It's the scent of blood. What? But that means...
Everyone, stop!
Wow, I didn't think we'd find a body this soon. The party goes still at Doleful's command. I look ahead and my eyes catch something, a strange red shape. There's a red figure of some sort further down the passage.
My skin started crawling, same as it did with the black SPX. Whatever that red thing is, it's definitely bad news.
Beside me, Doleful's face has become drained of all color. It's just like when we ran into the black SPX. Could this be the red model that Workaholic mentioned? Let's retreat, guys. Keep your footsteps as quiet as possible. You shouldn't get any closer to that thing. But just as I'm about to start distancing myself from the red figure, I realize that it's getting closer and closer. We aren't making any sound, and no other SPX has been able to detect us from so far away. Did it really manage to spot us from this range? Everyone, run! I give the command before I can even think, and everyone breaks into a sprint at once. Then I hear a screech emanating behind us, one unlike any I've heard until now. The mechanical shriek rumbles through the passage. From our rear, I can make out the sounds of snapping wires and rolling rubber treads. The noises rapidly grow louder, overcome by the threat of our imminent demise. A memory from 10 years ago suddenly pops into my head. Why am I recalling this now? Is this what it's like to have your life flash before your eyes? Unable to spare a glance behind us, we reached the front of the room where we stayed last night. If we can get inside and reset the panel, we may be able to close the door, but as it stands, there's no way we'll make it in time. Techie, can you analyze what the SPX is saying? There's a bit of a problem. No matter what I try, I can't get a read. The mechanical noise that SPX is making might be just that. Noise. Wait, you mean you've no way of dealing with it? But this maze and the SPXs within it were intended for child test subjects. Did they really include something that was impossible to take on? Huh? Techie, why did you stop? Techie frantically tries to operate his chair, which has suddenly ceased moving, but it doesn't budge an inch. I used too much power analyzing the sound and my wheelchair's battery died. Just leave me and keep going. Me and my friends will figure something out. Techie's voice is trembling. It's obvious he's lying. No one can take on an SPX alone. Techie! Sir Techie! Armor and I simultaneously begin sprinting to Techie's side, but the red SPX is already right behind him. I'm not going to get there in time. No, stay where you are. If you come any closer, you'll... Can't go throwing out precious young lives, don't you agree? Someone slips past Armor and me in a flash. He rushes to Techie, getting between him and the red SPX, and offers up his own right arm. I won't stand for some soulless machine killing my little pal here. So there. There's a muffled sound like tearing cardboard. Resembling a flurry of bright scarlet petals, fresh blood rains to the earth. A moment later, a flesh-colored object hits the ground. Renegade! Techie's voice snaps me out of my trance. I'm dizzy and unable to fully grasp what's happened, but soon find myself propping Renegade upright. Renegade, why did you... Come on, how many times do we need to say it? Renegade grins as he answers, his face bloodless and pale. Life is precious, irreplaceable treasure. No way I'm letting that hunk of junk steal it from its rightful owner.
Is that why you tried killing me twice?
Yes. Go fuck yourself. Now let's get back to the room. We'll need to regroup. Well, that was English, so. That.
Me into an anime.
Yeah. It's true. The SPX is toppled by Armor's flying kick, slipping on the blood-slick floor. If we're going to escape, now's our chance. I support Renegade while Armor pushes Techie's wheelchair, and we sprint with all our might. Gourmet, how's Renegade? The sedative did its work. He's sleeping now. Losing an arm is quite the ordeal. It was my fault. I'm so sorry. There's nothing you could have done in that situation. It was our fault for moving so slowly. If only we'd reacted faster.
Is that meant to be a jab at the rest of us for not noticing Techie's predicament sooner?
No, just you, really. Specifically you.
Because you're the one who frickin' just ran down the hall. Again.
Yeah, honestly. The fact that we all survived is a miracle. Let's be happy about that, said the girl, entirely put off by the somber mood.
Yeah, that's a good point. That red SPX, though, he had the most intimidating aura of all the mechs so far. Renegade hadn't bought us time. All of us might have been dead by now.
I can't believe it sensed us over such a long distance. Could its tracking sensibilities be higher than the other SPXs? It wasn't just the tracking that was superior. Armor, Promise to speak up if you're hurt. Your leg is badly injured, isn't it? My nose clued me in. What? Armor's been hurt. I look at Armor's foot and see a deep gash in the metal. My mind shoots back to him kicking the SPX. Is that all it took to hurt him that badly? Apologies. 'Twas not my desire to cause you concern. Upon visiting the fury of my drop kick upon that knave, its villainous blade struck me. As you can see, it rent my solar rays asunder. Okay, not even gonna try. And cut my flesh. Even mine armor could not withstand its ferocity. Its weapons are that powerful. Meanwhile, the black SPX couldn't even leave a scratch on him. That tomato red SPX is different. Even its armor jumps to our defense. I don't think we'll be able to hold it back. Even if armor jumps to our defense. The gravity of it hits me all at once. That red SPX was truly something terrifying. If our paths cross again, we may not survive. What are we supposed to do now? Just gotta keep going, right? I thought Renegade had fallen asleep, but he suddenly springs to his feet. Renegade, shouldn't you get more rest? Sorry, but nah. My body only lets me sleep about 5 minutes. I rested my head and the bleeding stopped, so I'm all good. He says that, but his face still looks pallid, which is only natural considering all the pain and blood loss he suffered. I appreciate the thought, but enough joking around. We don't need to rush our escape. Oh, but we do. We definitely do. If Workaholic's the one responsible for that red SPX, we need to book it and stay on the move. He's gone berserk trying to stop me. The guy's already forgotten the weight of a human life. I realized that weight myself way back when I killed my dear mom. There are many ways to bear it, but justification is one I won't let slide. Whether detective or criminal, everyone ought to bear that weight responsibly, you know? Having mechs do your killing is distasteful, even disgraceful. And yet, you still want to go after him. Without even a hint of humor, Renegade Detective gives a single deep nod. I too agree with Sir Renegade. We must learn the truth from Sir Workaholic.
I suppose we must cross this bridge sooner or later. As we proceed, be aware that your very lives are on the line. Of course, anyone too fearful may remain here for help to arrive, because our next encounter shall truly be life or death.
No one speaks up following Pasha's comments. We all understand our position. If we can't make it through the passage guarded by the red SPX, we'll have no future to speak of. Our minds made up, we begin planning our strategy to defeat the red SPX. I reconfigured some of my existing friends and created this drone, Sneaky Peeky. The passages have been successfully mapped, so we should be able to track the red SPX's movements. Thanks, Techie. We can always rely on you. Now we can put our minds at ease a bit as we proceed. Oh, it's shaped like a donut. How delicious! If the SPX is only moving in one direction, then we should let it pass and follow safely behind it, suggested the girl.
I'm not so sure it'll be so easy. The SPX has unusually strong detection capabilities. It may catch us if we accidentally get too close.
What if we use Tech's drone to monitor the red SPX's movement and stay on the far side of the circle the entire time?
That seems prudent enough. So as long as we take our time, we should make it to that back passage, which I imagine is the exit. It is, after all, a mere husk of steel. With a total lack of adaptability, it stands no chance against us at our utmost.
Yeah. What's wrong with me? this shouldn't be very dangerous at all. The denouement hasn't shown me anyone dying either. So why does my chest feel like it's about to burst? Fear not, sir incompetent. Armor clasps my oh. No. Okay. How do I get to the log again? Okay. Okay, it wasn't that much. If Fear not, sir incompetent. Armor clasps my shoulders, and unwavering confidence in his voice. No matter what befalls us, I vow to protect you. Whilst I have been ever bootless thus far, next time shall be different. So take heart, and let us advance. I have faith in you, Armor. Alright, let's try Renegade Detective's idea. No sooner do I say this than everyone quickly finishes preparing to move out. We use the mechanism to open the passageway and proceed in a huddled mass. Armor and Dolph will take point as always. Techie, Bookworm, and Renegade Detective walk in the middle. Finally, Posh Gourmet and I bring up the rear. Techie operates the drone from his D-pad as the center of the group, scanning for the red SPX's location. We proceed inch by inch under his command. It's changed directions, everyone fall back. I feel like we're being toyed with, the girl said in aggravation. It must have some nasty programming to prevent its actions from being predicted. I'd love to chat with its maker. The red SPX shifts directions back and forth. Just a bit further, though, and we'll reach our goal. Everything's alright. We're gonna be fine. Yeah, until we find Workaholic's dead body, which is probably out there.
Oh, it most likely will be.
I mean, they did say they smelled blood or something, so it's just like, there's something we haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
I repeat this to myself like a prayer as we press on. Just a bit further, and we'll all make it through this alive. Ooh. Renegade Detective stump arm bumps into the wall. He quickly catches himself with his other hand. His mild reaction makes me nearly doubt he lost a limb, but then I spy a streak of blood against the wall. It really was chopped off, no doubt about it. You okay? You seem fine, but that must have hurt. Worried about me? You're too kind. I'm used to pain. Even if I was lit on fire, I'd die without a single scream, guaranteed. Don't say things like that. It's bad luck. Look, I'll be fine. Thanks for caring, though. If things get bad, I'll fling myself upon you while weeping up a storm. I find myself thinking about how this guy could probably laugh himself silly while burning alive. In that moment, everything goes wrong. Everyone run! The red SPX is accelerating! A metallic screech drowns out Techie's words. Its devastating voice is like a death knell. We waste no time wondering how it found us. Instead, we spring into action. We run on and on, barreling down the corridor in no time. Thankfully, there's still a good distance between us and the SPX. We should be able to make it to the next passage before it catches us. Techie, are you alright? Let me push you. Thanks. I switched to my reserve batteries, but they aren't very strong. I'll help push, said the girl following incompetent detective's lead. Well, we did promise to all make it out alive, didn't we? We keep going while helping Techie make up for his lowered speed. But right then and there...
Armor, stop!
A pit hath oped in the floor. What? A trap? Now of all times? I say that, but chide myself inwardly. Part of me always knew this was a possibility. That's right, I was already aware that we might run into a trap. The simple donut-shaped maze was suspiciously straightforward. Of course there would be some kind of pitfall to trip us up. And yet I had blocked out that unpleasant idea of a literal pitfall to trip us up.
This is no time for daydreaming, Watto. You must seek a means of escape.
Holmes calls out to me, and I shake off my thought of weakness. She's right. We need to find a way around this trap, otherwise we'll have no chance of getting out of here. It was the right call to bring some rope from the manor, just in case. Look, we can tie it to that pillar on the other side. One of us could attach it if they manage to get over there. The hole is about 5 meters across. Someone athletic might clear it with a running start, said the girl, sharing her objective opinion. Okay, I'll give it a try. My boss always did say I was in good shape.
Wait, incompetent. I tossed a stone down, but I didn't hear it hit the bottom. That's how deep this hole is. And even from up here, the heat makes me sweat. If you end up falling in, you'll never make it.
I have no choice. The SPX is right behind us. We're all going to die if someone doesn't do something.
I despise putting my own underlings at risk like this, but there is no other recourse.
Of course. I shall take up the rear guard. My affiance is with you, Sir Incompetent. Thanks, Armor. Okay, here goes nothing. I move back from the side of the chasm. My heart is pounding. I have 5 meters to cover. If I get scared and make any missteps, it's all over. I just have to go. I sprint with all my might and jump just before reaching the edge. My eyes reflexively squeeze shut in terror. It'll be okay. I'm in good shape for the average person. I should be able to clear 5 meters. I can do this. I can. Ugh. I mess up my landing and roll across the floor. I open my eyes, I see the ground. I'm alive. I didn't fall in. By some stroke of luck, I made it across. Unless I'm actually dead and this is the afterlife, which, that kind of sucks. It's a little disappointing that the afterlife is just the maze. But, oh well, it's fine.
That was amazing, incompetent.
No, he's still here. I guess I'm not dead after all. Damn. A fine leap, Sir Incompetent. Now cast the rope onto us anon. Okay, I've tied it to the pillar. Catch, Armor. After fastening the rope to the pillar, I toss the Armor across the way. Catches it, tying it around the pillar beside him. Alright, now you've got the rope spanning the hole.
Can you make it with just one arm?
I can make it with my teeth. No problem. Easier than scratching my back.
Will you be able to manage Bookworm? Would you prefer to ride on my back?
Don't worry. I've already booked my trip, said the girl, politely declining. Okay, Bookworm, hold on tight. Oh, that's what she meant.
Why do I feel so defeated?
I don't know. You should always feel that way, honestly. The detectives grab the rope, crossing one by one. I see the red SPX down the passage, but there's still some distance between us. This is great. We're going to make it. Sir Techie, what ails you? I'm sorry. My hands are shaky. I don't think my arms are strong enough. Techie struggles to hold the rope, tears welling in his eyes. It makes sense. Techie's normally in a wheelchair. This must be especially difficult for him. I decide to cross over and carry him on my back. I'll be right there, Techie. Wait for me. The only problem is whether I'll be fast enough. I can already see the red SPX in this passage. We have to make it across before that machine catches us. It's a race against time itself. There. Sorry for the wait. Just hold on to my back, okay, Techie? Armor, can you use the leftover rope to tie us together? One moment. There is yet something I must do. Huh? Armor, why are you holding my chair? Were you not in tears a moment past, afeared of losing your wheelchair, thus ceasing to be of use to our fine company? Fear not, Sir Techie, I shall safely bear your throne to the other side. Pride. Armor? And he died. Armor grabs Techie's wheelchair and slowly hoists it up. Blood drips from his wounded leg. That the strain would reopen his wound is only to be expected. Nevertheless, he heaves to the chair aloft without even flinching. Armor, don't push yourself so hard. Just leave the chair. You, Sir Techie, unlike myself, have far more to contribute. Never shall I suffer you to lose your means of travel. The chair easily clears the 5-meter hole. Zolf and the others make sure to secure it. Good now, all that remains is to cross over. For the rope is severed. Frantically scramble along the rope at his urging. Saving Techie's wheelchair despite his own injuries, Armor truly is a selfless soul. I hear a mechanical screech echo out behind me. The sound, in tandem with the rumbling of treads, rushes toward us. We glance back to see the SPX moving faster than any other mech we've seen. Damn it, at this rate it'll reach us before we're across. Do not look back! Armor bellows. He grapples the SPX before it's upon us, stopping its charge. A sharp clang resounds through the passage. Armor? Sir Incompetent, you must escort Sir Techie to the far side. Make haste. I have been ineffectual to this very moment, but now my hour hath come. I shall protect you all. Now go! Well, it's probably not good. Metallic clangs ring out as his armor collides with SPX's. The SPX's steel frame. His suit is pierced, causing metal fragments to fly all around. My chest aches. What we're seeing right now could end up being the final shining sparks of Armor's life. Okay, just get over here as soon as you can, Armor. Keep my gaze forward, using the rope to pull us to the other side. We have to get across. If we don't, Armor can't join us. Somehow we make it all the way to the end. Now it's Armor's turn. Armor, get over here! At that moment, I hear the rope snap. The SPX struck it with its blade. The line goes slack, falling away from Armor. Just like that, the only way across is gone. It's only a matter of time before Armor... Armor, I won't let you die. My body moves without any input from my brain, snatching up the broken rope. I fling it toward him as hard as I can. Armor, grab the rope! I shout to him as it sails through the air. Armor hears me and dives toward the hole, catching the end of the rope just as it's hanging over the center. The rope swings like a pendulum under Armor's weight, and a loud slam sounds out from below. The rope is still connected on our side. It doesn't drop any further. Armor! I rush to look down the hole, and as soon as I do... Gramercy to you, Sir Incompetent. Had you not bidden me to take the rope and join you, it would have slipped my notice. You truly are the man I thought you to be. A full-fledged detective through and through. Well, we got out of that. Because he's not dead. Not yet, anyway. Thank goodness. I'm so glad. My body goes limp with relief. I thought for sure I'd lost another friend. It's a good thing I was so quick to call out. I'm surprised at myself. The words left my mouth before they even formed in my head. Maybe it's all because of the denouement. If that's the case, then I have a whole new appreciation for this power.
Are you okay, Techie?
Doleful, Posh, thanks for all the help. I'm safely back in my chair now.
My word, Armor has truly outdone himself. It's quite fortunate we still have Techie's chair.
Let's continue moving before we get caught, the girl suggested half apologetically. Yes, we should hold off on celebrating until we've made it to safety. Looks like there's another room up ahead. How about we rest there for a bit? Bookworm and the others start on their way. They're right, we can save the chatting for later. That ferocious SPX might even attack us from across the way. We need to move quickly and put some real distance between us and that thing. Becky, are you fine to keep going? Turn around to face him. Then it happens. It just fucking jumped the gap.
Oh, jeez.
Well, we tried, guys. I think we're all dead. It was fun while it lasted.
Come on.
The red SPX suddenly vaults into the air, clearing the gap. I barely see its treads kick the ground, or more accurately, launch itself forward. Looks exactly like a grasshopper. There are no words to express my shock. It takes me a few moments to even grasp what's happening. The delay leaves a fatal opening. The SPX roars. Before I can even think about running, a blade darts out from its robotic exterior. It slashes at Doleful, its closest target. Well, I guess I spoke too soon about Armor. Armor shields Techie and the others. At the same time, he leaps toward the SPX, holding it back by its frame. The sound of grating metal finally snaps my body into action. What am I doing? I can't space out now. Armor, I'm on my way.
Stay away from Armor. Get back.
Doleful and I pick up rocks, flinging them at the SPX. Ugh. The blades slashing out from its exterior prevent us from approaching in any way. This isn't good. We're just flesh and blood. We can't risk getting too close. I've gotta have some friend that can help. Any friend. Techie rummages through his pockets, but can't seem to find anything useful. His face remains grim all the while. The way things are looking, the red SPX is about to slaughter us all. Everyone, all will be well. I hear Armor speak. His voice is uncharacteristically weak. I am beyond succor. Leave me and press on. What? Oh boy.
Oh my.
I see that one of the SPX's blades has pierced through his armor, burying deep into his chest. It had to have hit something vital. As if confirming my suspicions, blood drips off of his corselet. It can't be. As long as this blade remains lodged within me, I cannot flee this SPX. Yet if it is removed, I shall surely bleed out. And so I am left with but one choice. Armor draws the SPX even closer. The chasm looms below them. Don't tell me. You're going to drag the SPX in there with you?
Don't do it, Armor. I'm sure there's still some way we could save you.
See, even he agrees. The SPX's blades flail in a total frenzy. They continue to slice at us, keeping us at bay. Just hold on, Armor. Armor! All I can do is call out to him. I can't even get near the SPX, let alone fight it off. I feel utterly helpless. I'm disgusted at how carelessly I'd settled on this plan, assuming everything would work out in the end. Why, for all the use my denouement has, was I not able to predict this simple development? Sir Incompetent, pray permit me a final confession. I actually don't really like you very much. Oh, is that oh, okay, well. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, bye. No. Armor takes another... Armor takes another step, drawing the SPX closer. Once there was someone I desired to protect, but then she perished right before mine eyes. On that day, I too perished inside. He takes another step. The metal he wears grates noisily, but he doesn't stop moving. Thank you for relying on me, an empty shell who is armor in name alone. Full glad am I that I could ward my allies to the end. 'Twas a splendid life. What are you saying, Armor? You're going to beat this SPX, and then you're coming with... See, it agrees. The SPX screeches as if it's in its final dying moments. All of us instinctively cover our ears. That is, all of us except Armor presses on. The SPX's treads hang over the edge. Its massive frame tilts over, shaking violently. Armor begins to shake as well, attached by the blade piercing into him. They tip over, falling into the hole. Armor! I reach out with my hand, only to grab a fistful of air. Fare thee well, my friends. Armor and the SPX disappear into the abyss. I look over the edge in a panic, but all that's there is the yawning darkness. I never hear an impact. Nothing but endless black appears before me as I peer into the hole. Why did it have to go like this? It was all so sudden. His last moments were unseen, and his body will never be recovered. What a horrible way to die. How could something this cruel even happen? Armor! Armor, please! Armor, come back! Becky shouts down into the depths, but no matter how much he calls out, there is no response. Over and over and over again, Techi's voice echoes through the tunnels alone. I don't care how many times you've protected us. None of it matters if you die, Armor. But of course, nobody replies. We've lost yet another irreplaceable friend. Okay. Well, that was not how I was expecting someone to die in this chapter, but I guess since we already had like the investigation earlier, there's no actual we're not gonna have an actual mystery to solve. We know who did it.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. Well, it's chapter 4. It's the chapter of sacrifices. So
yeah, it's all Pasha's fault. We know it's her.
Oh yeah,
She's the one
that's
who
true.
had to just run down the corridor.
Yep. But on that note, I think it's time to take a nice break.